this here. I love that picture of us there. Do you remember that time?
Yeah. That's when you threw something at me. And it was a dart, wasn't it? It stuck in my bag.
Hey, that's my jacket, look.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hello. Hi.
We're just having a twin moment there. We'll just give it a few moments for everybody to chime in. We won't be on for too long, but we said that last time. We were on for like a bloody hour. Hi, everybody. We're going to try to read this. Oh, thank you very much.
You love Animal in Me, yeah.
Thank you. What can we say is the album was released last night at midnight, or today at midnight, wasn't it? Previous midnight. And it's getting really great responses, and we thought we'd jump on and give a quick Q&A. If you guys want to ask any questions about the new album, 𝗗𝗲𝘀𝗰𝗿𝗶 the first volume 1, or anything about us, and we'll give you some great answers, I hope.
I'm glad you love the album. That means a lot to us. It was definitely hard going through all those songs to finding which ones would go on which album, you know, because it spans quite a few years of our career. I mean, I wanted to address some things that were said online about that you guys should have been big in the 80s. Well, we were...
the 80s still?
Yeah. No, we were popular in the 80s, and a lot of people don't know, and some of it is mentioned in the book, actually. But we did get a couple of record deals, but unfortunately there was a political issue that went down, and we didn't get that deal, didn't come out from Capitol Records. But the universe is a wonderful thing, and look how it's taken this full course now, and now everybody just loves the album, and I want to thank you for all the support.
A couple of questions I just reading while you were talking to the audience. First of all, the master tapes, some of them were in really rough shape. Animal and Me Until the End of Time was in especially rough state. When I got them, they were on reel-to-reels, which, if you guys know what reel-to-reels are, tape. They were almost destroyed. Now, the ones used in that movie that you saw us do a guest appearance live on stage is a different mix and version that the editor probably used and changed the pitch. And I'm not sure why he wouldn't have the master version to be able to remove parts.
No.
So, Till the End of Time, Animal and Me is absolutely amazing how it was mastered compared to how we got it. It was almost unpresentable. So I worked really hard with many tools, very professional houses and tools in my own studio to do it. If you're hearing any reverb, it's to help the artifacting and the stereo imaging that was not necessarily present due to deterioration, not due to the fact it was never used. A lot of these songs were almost close to not being able to give to you guys, so we're very happy about how they all turned out. And of course, the ones like Who's the Other Guy, My Sweetheart, they're recorded in Los Angeles by a professional studio. The other ones were recorded in a house. And She Loves Me Not, She Loves Me, She Loves Me Not is actually the only track recorded in England.
Yeah, we went back to England in 82, 83?
I can't remember.
Something like that. And we opened up, we played in a place called 𝗗𝗲𝘀𝗃𝗃 which was run by Virgin Records owner there, Richard Branson. And they had Wham playing there, and they had a lot of bands in the 80s. We were able to play Nothing Lasts Forever, Three Blind Mice, right? Didn't we play Three Blind Mice? Let me try to monitor on it too. Three Blind Mice, and Curious Hearts, and I don't think we got Curious Hearts came out. But to answer, I know some of your questions that we're missing there.
Meeting Michael Jack, first of all, thank you. It was a process to master all these songs. And I know a few people out there are being very analytical in a way. And I don't have an issue with that. That's all cool, but you guys have no idea what shape the songs were in.
Yes, Michael did hear our songs. Yes, meeting Michael was incredible. We'll have to put those photographs.
He was a very, very nice guy.
We played Michael 2 songs. He loved them. He loved Chris's voice.
I think it was Chemistry.
Yeah, he loved Chris's voice.
And Three Blind Mice. Yeah.
He was amazing. He had a whole theater in his house. He had actual theater, like film back then. You know, when they were doing that, and he had playing E.T. Was on. He had a big portrait of Diana Ross. It was an amazing experience. We lived next door to him probably for 3 years, and I got to meet Janet and LaToya and his mother and his father.
We were produced by the producer that produced Smokey Robinson and LaToya Jackson, and Janet Jackson, and the Talking Heads. And that's the Who's the Other Guy, My Sweetheart, Just My Imagination Ever. The other songs, like I said, was actually recorded in an apartment building, because if you listen, here's a fun fact, you listen to the out of tune piano, that's an old upright that I rented. It would never stay in tune. I kind of thought it ended up 9 Inch Nails sounding, so it turned out great.
Thank you. You brought us happiness too, by the way.
Yes.
I know you just said that you brought us a lot of happiness. And yeah, Shiver. I don't know what your favorite song is. I personally have, I don't know why it is, but I have an attachment to Shiver. There's something very 80s type of Diana Ross, maybe, kind of R&B.
A lot of people had mentioned the intro. They would love the intro. So today in the car was the first time I actually tested the CD, which is, by the way, it's a good plug. This is the first album, by the way. If you haven't got it, we still have a couple copies that we will sign for you at
Hi, Bishop Rake.
at spooktv.com. And also, the new CD is available. And also, you were talking about the lyrics. We do have only 45 of these left. So then they're sold out. But this book has all the lyrics for all the 3 albums. And there is a 3rd album that's going to come out if this one does as good as it looks like it's going to do. And it's all the lyrics from the 3 albums, as well as there's lots of pictures, and in the back there's interviews, and then the stories about some of the songs. So this book is available, and it comes with the CD, Animal in Me, if you order it quickly, because there's only 45 of these left, and then the CD, you can just get this. If you don't want to get the book and the CD, you can get the CD. There's my shameless plug, but these CDs help us keep doing what we're doing, so thanks for that.
A couple questions I missed. Chris does still play bass, not as much. He's more synthesizer, right?
Oh, I have to show you my
You got
bass.
a beautiful double
Nah.
for people who were around, you know, the 80s music scene. He
I
has
always
a,
want to go get it.
you can go get it. The double
I'll
neck,
let you talk and I'll show you the bass.
the double neck bass that they used in Golden Earring, if you remember that band, Golden Earring. But he still plays bass. Animal Me was a question when that was written, and that was pretty early in the 80s. I would have to say probably 81, 82, and I think it was about that. Which year was, yeah, you just asked me that question about Animal Me. I love Animal Me too. We had a question whether we should put the animal roaring in there, but we thought that was really cool, and it's the same with the clock on Till the End of Time. That's actually the album version. The clock was never put in on the movie version or whatever they licensed it. That was on the actual album. Oh, here's the bass.
This is my bass. This is a Horner double neck bass. It's 8 strings on the
Do you remember
top.
80s music? There was a song called The Twilight Zone, and that was Golden Earring and
Radar Love.
Radar Love.
This was the same make, and this is a 4 string on the bottom, 8 string on the top, 2 𝗗𝗲𝘀𝗶𝗽 pickups, and you can see. And I haven't played it for a while, but I do intend to play it.
Now, Dad
So there you go.
bought Chris that Hofner bass when I think we were 14, maybe. I don't know. I was trying to think that picture was 11 or 12, but we might have been
Hofner
14,
bass,
14 years old. But that picture that was been circulating on the internet, Dad bought Chris that Hofner bass.
It's a real Hofner, which
A
is
real Hofner, not
the
a copy.
same one that same brand and same style as Paul McCartney. Excuse me. Used. And fortunately I sold it because I became a singer, and I stopped playing bass for a while and became a singer. But I still play bass, a little bit guitar, because Phil's a great guitar player.
Well, thank you.
And then I play keyboards and sing still, so there you go.
I'm curious, the same question about Animal Me Guitar Solo. What was the question about the Animal Me Guitar Solo? I don't know. I missed that question. I'm sorry.
The girl in Love Letters, it's a long story, but she's a friend. And
A, adore. B, baby.
she's a friend, and one day I'll tell you the story.
Good for you, play bass. Yeah, I will play guitar. I'm actually putting together a couple videos. Chris wanted me to put together a couple of videos on the chords for our songs.
I wanted him to show you the guitar tabs. The Copyright Office, if anybody's ever dealt with the government, you know it takes quite a while. I will let you guys know as soon as we do. We're excited to see, but please...
I got this on the question, the Telecaster. I got this one, which I think is a gorgeous one. This one's got Seymour Duncan pickups, and this is a flame maple top and with cream binding. And cream binding is hard to get because it's always so wide. But this one is a Fender Telecaster special edition. I don't have my old one anymore because I think the neck cracked. But that's the question on the Telecaster. I hope that helps on that one.
Thank you for giving me the compliments about my cut-off braid. Thank you so much.
He just wanted to look like me.
Yeah, that was it. Why don't you play instead? I don't know what
The Les Paul? I do play the Les Paul, but anybody who's a guitar player will understand the pickups. The pickups have a different sound, and there was a lot of twang sound, a lot of funk sound, and my old 80s MIDI guitar, which is this one here. Can you hold that?
Yeah.
This one here that you actually see. There's a couple of videos out that shows me in the 80s actually playing this guitar. And if you notice, these are single coil pickups. So they have the
that bass is, for that comment, that bass that I
has
use
that kind of twang sound.
Yeah, these are pretty light. The bass guitar is really heavy. It's almost impossible to play without sitting down.
It has that sound, so that's why I don't use the Les Paul for that.
Maybe you guys can, thank you, we love you too. Maybe you could, hello Newcastle, let's go have Yorkshire pudding. Why don't we, let me know what your favorite, or let us know what your favorite song is on the new album, Animal and Me, okay?
I am going to do a teaching video on ulterior motives. Thanks for asking.
You guys amaze me where you get some of these names from the songs that I didn't even know you even knew. I have no idea how they know of some of these old songs titles. That's very good on you guys. I can't.
We actually have a bunch of songs in current movies that are out over the last 5 years. Some of them...
Three Blind Mice, mine too.
Yeah, some of them got cut out, some made it. We have been approached to license our music for television shows, but unfortunately we're not able to talk about them until the deal is solid.
A lot of politics in rock and roll. Just so you know, I said this earlier, but She Loves Me Not is recorded in a living room in an old house that didn't even have a bathroom. It had an outhouse in England. And we recorded that in a song called Curious Hearts with Nothing Lasts Forever before we played Richard Branson's Hippodrome in London. And that's where those songs come from. All for Love is a great song, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I so much love, and I can't tell you how grateful we are for that, that you guys appreciate our music. One thing that I must stress about our albums, even though we try to make them sound a little better because some of them are on pretty old formats.
No Turning Back is a real song, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a copy of it though. Follow Through, I I love that song. Now, just quickly about that, we're hoping that this album does well. As of now, it looks like we're going to hit 100,000 streams before midnight. That tour for us, I know that we're not like Travis Scott, who has billions, but for us, 100,000 within 24 hours is really very special for us. So 100,000 streams. So please keep streaming so we hit 100,000 by midnight. I think we're at 70,000 right now. Follow Through, and another song called Like Father, Like Son was from our band called Cowboys and Angels. Ali, it was, so you guys know, it was, help me out if I'm wrong, Toys or Rags.
There was Rags, Toys, Affair,
T for
Two, Ali Brat,
Who's Who, Who's Who, Cowboys and Angels, and that was it.
Yeah.
And Cowboys and Angels has Follow Through, and Father Like Son, Ali Brat Singing in the Rain, It's a Wave, Description of You, and the other one, We Are the Future. So like I said, if this album does as good as we hope it will, we'll release a third album, and it will have Cowboys and Angels and Ali Brat, and it'll be more of a rock and roll, but also pop thing, and a Peter Gabriel vibe.
I mean, we've always merged kind of rock and roll and pop, because we grew up, you know, loving Queen and then Culture Club and ABC and that whole 80s type vibe. And I think that we wanted the best of both, melody as well as rock and roll. So we've got a lot of different kinds of music, and you will hear it changing through the albums. And on the third album, you'll hear it move a little more into the late 80s. But we've always been very
Phil
proud
does
of that.
backup on that other question. Phil does backup vocals and does some lead vocals on Language of Love, I believe.
And then I think you can probably hear my
I don't know if you
backup in Shiver.
Yeah, but you also, I was listening today, I think you did a lead in another song, and I can't remember what it was.
Well, I always did backups.
No, you did a second verse lead, yeah. You did that in Language of Love.
Language of Love, I
Second
think, is the one
lead.
that's the most relevant, you know.
So anyway, we'll try to get some new questions. Yeah, we're gonna make a doc. If you guys want, if you want to show us some hearts and love, we will talking about making a documentary about the lost media world and our songs and what happened to us. There you go. And we're going to make a documentary, like about, 82-minute documentary.
The only answer I have for that question about the guitar solo being different in Taboo 3 than in the one that's on the album is please keep in mind, the only version we have is our masters. So whatever version was given way back as a license to those movies, I have no idea what version they used.
But would it come from the master we have because it's on a reel-to-reel?
So I don't even know if it's different, to be honest with you. And I don't remember it being different.
It's a little different mix, I think.
I can't remember it being
But I
different.
know that it's in a C sharp, and then some of them, I have the instrumental for some music in a key of D, and I don't know exactly what they did. All I did was take the true master and try to fix it up. It was in really bad shape. I almost had a breakdown when I first heard it because it was in such bad shape when we had it transferred.
Yeah.
And I worked so hard on it. And like I said, none of our songs, this is some people I've seen talking about some of the songs were in mono. None of our songs are in mono. They've deteriorated over the years. I mean, some of them are over 45 years old. So the reverb is to help store the stereo spread as well as fix it up. And I don't know if you guys know it, but you can Google it if you would like. One of the big things of the 80s, if you remember Missing Persons, Berlin, all those bands, Till Tuesday, all these bands, American or British bands, the biggest weapon was the reverb. Reverb was used very heavy in the 80s and the early 90s because they became very affordable. So that's why there is reverb being used on our album, because not only to help secure some of the tape artifacts, but to give it that more 80s sound.
Thank you on the comment about the guitar lessons and the tone. That's something, if you follow my Instagram or Facebook or Chris's, you'll notice we are putting a lot of effort into rebuilding the studio to record even newer songs. And we do owe a lot to you guys because you've been quite an inspiration.
Yeah,
for
when
us.
you remove the reverb, you're going to get chops and artifacts. I understand that some parts, but if you guys understand quickly, and I won't get into it because some people aren't technical, but if you sidechain or you use a tail off, the reverb drops. That's why if you notice the reverb is bigger on the intros and possibly the solos. But when it goes in during the vocal lines, the reverb gets sidechained, meaning it drops. And that's how you professionally master. I saw a comment where some people was pulling down some of my techniques, which is fine. It's your guys' opinion, that's cool. But you have no idea what I went through to master these songs and the amount of time and the amount of equipment and money it went in to do it. And I'm very excited to listen to it for the first time in the car
Greetings
today.
to Chile, too. That's
So
a
it
long
sounded
ways away
great.
from Chile. Wow. Is it chilly in Chile?
It's snowing here. Bloody snowing. So anyway, I just want to give you technical on that one.
Thank you on that.
It's my boy George Han. Thank you. You can send anything to our customer service and they will pass it on
Thank
to
you.
us. Yes, we appreciate. I've heard some good remixes of Ulterior Motives and I've heard some really horrible ones. But, you know, Stranger Things.
I think what's funny
we
is
can't really discuss
I think
that
it's
as
funny
of
is
yet
some of the
because
AI
the
stuff.
Stranger Things incident is something we can't really talk about right now. If it happens, you'll see it, and if it doesn't, you won't.
A kiss to bazillion people, absolutely. Mwah.
God bless you. Cheers.
You did an animation, well, please send it over because we love to put it in fan videos and stuff like that.
We appreciate everything you guys are doing. I every now and then I pop on Reddit when it's not so toxic, and try to answer some questions. Sometimes I have a tendency to get out as fast as I get in because there's some quite toxic chaps over there. Yeah, we're talking about a tour. Oh, thank you, and hello to Monica.
Yeah,
She's a
I
big
heard.
fan of ours.
Oh, hi, Monica. I heard we were hit top 5 on YouTube, and we hit top 10 on Apple Music, and we're probably would imagine, going to be among the top 10 feeds on Reddit.
I don't know. I wish
2.5
we knew
million.
what Ira was. Ira was a great guy, and he was a great human being and an incredible bass player. I have no idea. He only played on about 5 songs.
He was an amazing guy, guy to work with.
Just so you know, he only played on 5 songs, like 3 Blind Mice. I can't remember the other ones now. But all the other bass is done by me and on keyboard bass, so you know. Oh, thank you. All Buddhist beads.
Christmas songs, I don't know, you probably get as much sweet.
Last Christmas,
Yeah, you'll probably
gave you my heart.
You'll probably get the most sweetness you're
Yes.
going to get.
If
with our
it
songs.
says, we will definitely put it over onto YouTube. Do you remember how? No, we never got the age of bass players. You never know with bass players.
We're very happy you found our last albums too. Let me tell you, we're very happy you found it.
Here's a silly question: how many tattoos do you have? How
Well,
many tattoos do you have?
Well, the ones that are visible are these, and then on my fingers, and then there's a couple here. Chris has most of them. He's underneath his.
I have like 75. Yep. It was a bad day at the office that day.
Oh,
Well,
that
rest
went
in
by so
peace.
fast.
Rest in peace, Ira White. Did he pass?
Maybe they think we thought he passed.
No, I don't think he passed.
How's the beard doing?
It's in a jar. It's waiting to go to my girlfriend.
It's gonna grow a new one from it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ship it to my girlfriend. How many songs do you have? Oh, hundreds of songs, guys, hundreds. How was it playing the bomber in AOP? Nervous. I hate being in front of camera. I prefer to be behind the camera.
I don't know about going blonde again on the bleach question. That was a hard doing, keeping that blonde like that.
The live will probably go on our YouTube channel, which is Christopher Saint, YouTube at Christopher Saint Music. Yeah, Lost Media is great.
We have an album's worth of 90s, I would say. To that question. 4 albums possible.
Oh, hello, Glitter Wave 80s.
It's
She's
possible.
a very, Glitter Waves, Violet Sky, very talented artist. Giving a shout out to you, love.
We were elated when
funny
people
people
were
talk
for
about
ulterior motives.
Being extras in adult films. Was it fun? Philip and I did our best to stay away from the naughty stuff because I always thought it was like watching dogs do it, if that makes sense, where you throw a pillow at them and say, stop it, stop it, stop it. So we just did what we did as a band, what we always do as a band. We perform and then we leave. No Who's Who leather jacket. Do you still have the Who's Who leather jacket?
I would love to say that I have that jacket.
Yeah, if you guys haven't followed Violet Sky, follow her. She's a very talented artist. I love you too.
Last Christmas cover.
That's because I just sang it.
Yeah.
Do they know it's
Yeah.
Christmas time? And
We were very fortunate at a very young age to play very big venues. I mean, Chris is playing in front of
yeah, they tried to
tens
pull.
of thousands.
Do you
of
remember
people.
when they put a lot of questions was I fell on stage in that scene? They grabbed my legs and I really did fall. That wasn't planned. I didn't know that happened.
That was a bunch of people that they had, like, I think 100.
Gabriel and Heather are fine. We're going to see them both at Christmas. Thank you. Yeah, we actually have video footage. We just got a Hi8 and an old VHS machine to transfer all our 80s stuff for the documentary. So yeah, we do have stuff in the Encino studio.
Yeah, how does it feel playing after all these years? It feels amazing. It feels amazing. It's like riding a bike, you don't forget. I'm just going to be right back. I got to clear my throat.
His name was Jeff. His name was Jeff, who played drums in that. All the footage will be released in the documentary that we're making. There'll be a little bit of Lost Media. We're trying to do something with a big, comic book magazine and us to do a big Lost Media thing in a documentary. I'll let you know the details. Yeah, we're going to put it on DVD as well. Thank you.
Joke in there.
Yeah.
Oh, this gabbing.
Dry throat. How? I know you played. I don't know. Brian is a very talented songwriter, Brian Adams. I had the pleasure to meet him when he was 17 years old. What was my main synthesizer?
You had a multi-poly,
I have
right?
4 Moogs. I just got the new Korg multi-poly because if you remember in the video, I played the Poly 6 Korg, which was one of the hippest synthesizers back then. It was a copy of the mono-poly. But I have 4 Moogs, and I love the new Moog Muse, and my favorite one is this Udo Super Gemini from England. But I also really love a lot of VSTs by G-Force, which is the Oberheim and the Hans Zimmer Legend.
Yes, we will be signing, autographing the Animal and Me CDs and the books. We're going to hand sign what we've got left. We don't have many books left, though.
Yeah, we have, if you guys want to get a book, we have 45
left, I think.
Of these books. And like I said, they have all the lyrics to 3 albums. If you head over, you can get it with the CD right now. We do have a few CDs left on both of the albums that we'll autograph. But once they're out of print, we won't be printing them again. So and they have all kinds of like
photographs and
photographs in it, and stories and interviews, and it has a foreword. Here's a sneak preview of a really. This is a music video we did when we played Jesus in a song called "Father Like Son," which is on the 3rd album.
That's a
and
great
here,
song.
guys, we also only have a handful of these left. If you'd like to get a T-shirt, we have only a handful of them left. They sold out pretty quick, but we do have a few of each size left if you want one. They're $20, $25, I think. Okay.
Well, album 3 lyrics out if the album isn't out yet. Preventive thinking.
What did you say?
Why is the lyrics out if the album isn't out yet on the...
You
third
put it
album?
out to the universe.
Well,
And the universe... And,
we don't want
the
to...
universe delivers.
We don't
you
want
know?
to do another one, yeah.
Yeah. It takes time and money, so we try to print everything at the first. Yeah, we will release that music video on the documentary is the idea. And it will be on also our YouTube channel. Yes, UK everywhere, worldwide release on that.
That was an agent, how that chemistry ended up.
No comment on that. We got ripped off. That's why we ended up back in England, actually, by a publisher, and we made $1.25. Walt Disney paid us $1.25 for putting that song in Double Agent.
Yeah, I love Shiva, and I love One Last Look. Yeah.
But that's rock and roll, right?
So is album 3 Alley Brat and other 90s songs?
Yeah, it's going
will-
to be Cowboys and Angels, Modern Heroes,
Yeah.
which is a great song. You are my modern hero.
Yeah, it
Great
will be.
song.
It will
Great
have
song.
some really good songs on it.
Live School and Ulterior is similar because we wrote them.
Well,
the
you
way
know,
it
bands
is, you know?
sometimes have a tendency to make their songs sound familiar. So
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
it happens.
I don't think that's an issue. I mean, I
Yeah.
never thought so, but that's cool. Yeah, I know.
She loves me. She loves me not. Yeah.
When we licensed our music to this one company who, you know, were people that put money, they sub-licensed it to many different people, and I didn't even know half the movies it ended up in, and some of them were very horribly not our cup of tea.
Oh, that was that double whammy comment. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
my whammy bar and my guitar.
Live School is the answer to the lyrics of Ulterior Motives. Very good, yeah, it is. Violet Sky, have you heard the new album? I'm going to send you a copy of it and a book. I didn't know if you heard the new album. If you did, could you tell me what your favorite song is? I don't know what musical decadence means. Is that a band?
Vienna. Oh, Vienna.
Greetings.
Oh, it would be tape format. It was half inch.
No.
Wait, quarter inch, half inch, 1 inch.
I haven't let it come out.
Cassette.
No, we don't have multi-tracks. A lot of these, you understand, I know that people are removing the vocals and removing the instruments and doing what they can, which is, you know, such a cup of tea, that's awesome. We do not have multi-tracks to the old songs. We are lucky we even had a cassette or a DAT tape version of it, or a CD version, which, if you guys can believe it, I took the time to transfer all the DAT tapes onto CD many years ago, not knowing this would happen, so there you go.
I mean, you know the story from our other videos. We were taken by storm that this whole thing happened. So the fact, digging through the tapes at all, that we had even what we had is a miracle. And the fact that we're able to put together ulterior motives, and we were able to save. Thanks to Chris,
shoot your
Tillian, the Time Animal, and me was
shoot,
amazing.
Shoot your interview over to customer service. I want spooked at 𝗏𝗏productions.com, and we're open for legitimate podcasts.
No, we can't preview new songs on the Instagram, unfortunately.
You get copyright strikes on our own songs, and if you guys have been seeing on YouTube Music or on YouTube, when we put up a lyric video, it replaces it even though it's the same mix, and I don't know why they're doing that. It might be something to do with AI or copyright. So even us to stream this and repost it, we're going to get copyright strikes, and our audio is going to drop
if we had
down.
music going on right now, even from our own album, we won't be able to put it on the platform because they'll say it's muted in certain countries.
So we can't do that.
So this is what, why we can't. So this is why there's no music on
My
it.
expression, if I find the 𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗹 ulterior motives, is I'll bow down and pray to the Almighty God. and I'm doing just because I really want to deliver this for you guys. So please don't be so hard. We're doing the best we can, what we can to get it to you as soon as possible.
Have you ever heard a lost song by another artist?
Were any of these songs Volume 2 already? Yeah, they were all previous songs from the 80s. Everything you hear is the master from the 80s, and I went ahead and remastered them so they sounded, because some of the tape was very deteriorated. Maybe I should show you what it really sounds like when I get it, and you would be amazed how we got it in the shape it is.
Well, it's funny that boombox has become so popular,
That's not
What
true.
would my expression be?
TikTok mutes the audio. Instagram will not, but TikTok will claim, if we put any of this up on TikTok in snippets, it will mute the stream. Yeah, we found a lot of songs that were unsalvageable, I'm afraid. Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Well, we were hoping to move from the pink boombox to something kind of new. But we love it. That's why the titling is pink on the album.
I was thinking about doing my hair.
know?
Have you seen Violet Sky's hair?
Uh-uh.
She's got the greatest 80s hair. We could tease our hair like that, and then we could take over from that.
You could tease it out and hairspray it.
Not water damage.
How about a black boombox?
I wouldn't say water damage. What the tapes have deteriorated. Tape, literally just loses all its substance over years, and you wouldn't believe how horrible it sounded. And I'm so amazed we got it in the shape it is. So we should be happy that we got what we got.
When the songs run out and our lives go on as normal, we actually...
Our lives have never been normal.
I'll give a funny thing that Mom used to always say to us. She used to say, "Why can't you be normal? Why can't you just fit in? Our lives will never be normal."
No. I actually, what I'm going to do is we're going to do some new songs, and Phil's going to play guitar, I'm going to sing them, and I'm going to keyboard them and all. So we're going to do some new songs. Some might end up on Volume 3. Yes, the 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗃, yes. We're thinking of doing some new songs. She Loves Me Not. She Loves Me Not was recorded in an apartment building on a 4-track recorder. I think that would justify why it's a little lower quality than, say, Who's the Other Guy?
Well, so someone had mentioned on their Reddit feed about, I think, Who's the Other Guy, sounding like a different quality. And I think a lot of these, you have to understand, we went through multiple producers, and some of these producers funded the actual process of taking us into huge studios. And some of these are not, I wouldn't say they're demos, but they're home studios. And through the millions of home studios that we have had.
And I think it's important to really appreciate what you have and realize you have this song that's great, and you're going to master it, remaster it, fix it the best you can, and release it. But to not release it because it's not like, so to speak, you know, quality studio. Because if you listen to 𝗬𝗲𝘀 remixes, they're like done in, you know, his living room and his producer's small studio, and some of them are rougher than, you know, the other productions. I think it's more important to get the song out there and appreciate what it is.
Is there a backstory to Animal in Me? Is there a backstory to it? Coming on too fast?
I think it's about falling in love with somebody and
being too eager,
being too forward, but just trying to show your emotion to somebody, and it's the animal instinct. You know, when you get love somebody, when you get an animal instinct, that kind of thing.
Thank you.
I love you too.
We're reading off the screen for the other camera that doesn't know what we're talking about that's going on here. I'm 60 minutes. Poor mom. 60 minutes.
Yep. Phil has 1 hour. When he passes, I have 1 hour
tick,
to
tock,
have a great
tick,
time.
Tock, tick, tock.
I think if the great songs are great songs, and some of the songs I don't think are great songs, like some of the old Alley Brat songs, I don't care for at all, and I really don't want to spend the time on some of the older songs that I don't feel represent what we're doing anymore, or, you know. I think the songs.
Why would you think Who's Who will end? Somebody said, I'm afraid Who's Who will end. No, we won't end. We're planning on recording new material.
We just woke up.
You know, we got revitalized from all this. This has been a wonderful experience. I mean, I play every day. I went from playing not in years to playing every day because of this. I can't see that happening.
One of my favorite albums of all time, you can answer this one too, is Peter Gabriel's So. That came out in '84, I believe. Mm-hmm. One of the best albums ever made. Mm-hmm. Pink Floyd, The Wall is one of my favorite albums of all time. Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails. Culture Club, Wham, George Michael, Careless Whisper.
Well, I think when you're an artist, you don't just stop, because you can't. An artist, whether you paint, draw, sing, write, play, shoot, film, script, whatever, you just do it. You don't stop, because if you're a true artist, it's what you do.
There's about 82 probably Playboy films that we licensed music to. I don't know what they kept and what they didn't. I do have soundtracks to the later ones, but they don't, you know, as anybody evolves, our music, I think, got better and better as far as soundtrack music, to the point that I'm doing real movie soundtracks. Back then we were just making money, you know, writing music, making money. So you'll find them all over different places.
Brian was a nice guy, but he was about 17 years old when we met Brian. Pretty close to the same age, because right after Brian left, Chris replaced him. So, and
the day I turned 18, I played in front
and then I played
20,000 people, replacing Brian Adams.
And then I joined on his guitar. So, but he was really nice. He was really nervous, but he was a young kid. You know, he was a young kid.
What's it say? Well, my natural voice was on the remake. It was only pitched up a half semitone.
I think what also is amazing is that Chris, you know, I'm here with him, so I know he had a challenge about doing that song, whether he could re-sing that song. And I have to tell you that I am absolutely blown away and amazed. And he went up there and he said, I'm going to sing that song. And he sang that song, and it's phenomenal. And I think that is an inspirational message to anybody that has a love of music in them.
I sang professionally for like probably...
Well, it's the same with guitar.
25 years.
Like I was saying earlier on, you know, it becomes part of you. This is part of you. We've been playing music, since that early photo that's on the internet.
Since we were
11 years old. And our older brother was opening up for, this will probably, you guys won't know who T-Rex is if you're into the old 70s, 80s music, the legend T-Rex. But they opened up for those bands. And
my voice is very high, and just so you know, excuse me, none of it...
I like 𝗂𝗴𝘀𝗰𝗿.
None of my singing was in falsetto, because a lot of people, I've seen some quotes saying, comments saying I sang falsetto. I never sang in falsetto. And if you follow 𝗂𝗵𝗀𝗏𝗃 affair, and then you follow Who's Who, you'll see they're not falsetto. Now I might be singing falsetto, because one of the reasons we were signed in Capitol Records in the 80s is because they thought we sounded like Smokey Robinson or New Edition, and they were pitching us up higher and higher, which Philip and I actually got. We didn't want to be Barbie dolls.
Yeah, there's some video on some of our Instagram reels, and there's some video on the fan tribute of Chris singing Ulterior Motives.
I don't know if my voice is that deep as much as it's a little charred right now because it's been snowing and icing outside, and we walked in the snow. And
we also did a big event, and I think both of us got COVID. To be honest with you, it was about when we made that other video like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and actually I had COVID when I sang Ulterior Motives. You knew that.
You tell me who's who. I'm not supposed to. No, I know who's who. You got to guess who's who.
The Capitol Records deal was unfortunate. It was a political thing with the company.
Yeah, there was a clip in the fan video.
We're going to make a documentary about everything we're talking about and what we went through. We played 𝗬𝗏𝘀𝗃𝗏 and 𝗵𝗏𝗏. We played with U2. We played. All this happened in the 80s and the 90s. So yes. We started out with Beatles music, moved to rock and roll like Motley Crue, AC/DC, moved to pop music like Culture Club, George Michael, Wham, Thompson Twins, Bananarama.
We got into horror movies because it was something we always loved. We grew up on Hammer films and the old classic films like, what was it, House on Haunted Hill and 13 Ghosts, and we just loved those movies. And we wanted to make some films, and we just loved that type of hip horror. It took off for us. It was like this was for us now. Back then, we made one movie called Dark Place, which you can see streaming. I think it's on Tubi and Amazon and Apple. But when that came out from Lionsgate,
our parents,
everybody saw it, and they said, you need to make more movies. And
they said our parents are in heaven, and I'm sure they are proud. Thank you.
Hi, Duchess Tales.
Hey,
Duchess Nine.
Nikki Rose. What up, girlfriend? Motley Crue was not famous when they backed us up. They actually opened up for us. We were called 𝗂𝗵𝗀𝗏𝗏 at the time.
Well, you've had an impact on us too, by the way. Does it go?
You guys, you know what gooning means. You don't need to hear that from us.
I still don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. Because...
Do you goon?
No. In England, look, come on. When you're a goon, what are you? You're like daft. You're like, I'm silly.
Like
I'm stupid.
A bimbo, yeah.
You're acting like a goon. You're acting silly.
You'll never know if I goon or not.
So I don't know.
Cabaret Sin. Cabaret Sin.
I do act silly.
Cabaret Sin has some great music in it, yes.
No, someone knows of that movie, huh?
You are a fine lad. It was great meeting you at Scarefest.
I don't know what he say. I don't want to know what it means.
I know
nowadays.
It means having a wank. I figured that out. It means to whack it for hours. Is that what it means? Wow. Who can whack for hours? Wow.
Well, I guess you would be a bit of a goon if you were whacking it for hours.
Oh, I don't know. You choked the chicken, Phil. Let's change the subject, guys.
There's all these hands.
Yeah, this Instagram can't be 100% goonogram over here. Yeah, let's stop about gooning. It's making us uncomfortable.
I would love to contact Call 92. I think Call 92 is somebody we really owe a thank you to. He's somebody who really liked the song. No matter how he found the song, he liked the song. He started this. And he's an amazing person for doing this. And I think that I have no how to reach him. I hope maybe
Do you guys like Michael Jackson? Can you show me some hearts if you like Michael Jackson? My son Gabriel was listening to Michael Jackson yesterday, and he said, "Hey Dad, Uncle Phil, do you know, listen to this song," and we go in, it's Thriller, and like we don't know it, you know, and then we said, well, we met him, and I have to say, I'm not saying, I think that a lot of the bass lines, in the music that we recorded was very inspiration to when I did the bass playing in all the songs from Michael Jackson. We knew that the bass player of Michael Jackson, keyboard player, played on Who's the Other Guy and on My Sweetheart.
My photo book. Look, there's Michael walking the llama. And Chris found this the other day. Look, he's looking, the llama's playing Rolling Over for us. There's Chris in the background in the white shorts, and there's his, see that, rolling over. And you guys probably already saw this shot here of all of us here with Michael. But that was an amazing time of our lives when that happened. And he heard how could you not meet Michael Jackson and go, "Hey Michael, why you want to hear this song? You want to hear this song?"
Why wouldn't Michael have a llama? Put it that way. Why wouldn't he have a llama?
Oh, that's awesome. Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year, and we'll toast to you. We really appreciate your support. You know, we really love you guys for showing us that you love the songs, and you
still have the pink boombox.
You've changed our lives, you know, guys. You know that, right? You've really changed our lives. Well, you put us back on course. I'm not sure what the answer is. What would you say?
Well,
just them loving the music so much.
Well, I think I don't know how to even express how much it's changed our lives, particularly mine, because I didn't play guitar very much anymore. And when this song came out, we had to relearn it to do the remix, because the tapes was missing tracks. And when I did that, it was like a missing friend. So I owe you guys a great appreciation. And
as I do you. By the way, we met Michael Jackson in the realm of Thriller.
Don't be sad. Life's good.
When it's Thriller, and he had a big cutout with Paul McCartney when he did the song the Doggone Girl Is Mine. That was when we met him.
Thank you.
He is a great guitar player.
Thank you.
I'm glad he decided to pick it up, and we owe it to you guys for him to give him that extra push.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I'm not just saying that. I mean, it's absolutely true.
Michael Jackson loved our music. His producers produced us. That's why we actually got signed. We got signed to Capitol Records in '85.
Now, you guys know that Michael came from the R&B era, and he was influenced by Smokey Robinson, The Miracles.
Yes, it's nighttime.
And that's the producer who produced his sister, LaToya, who knew Michael, and LaToya and Janet Jackson heard us. And you know the story, but he used to drive us around in a Rolls Royce.
What's your first guitar?
That one that's in that picture that's on my Facebook.
It's called Melody Maker?
It's an SG.
Oh, an SG.
It was an SG.
And then you got a Melody Maker.
I got a Melody Maker. I actually had 15 guitars.
Hey, Russ. How are you, Russ? Nice to hear from you, mate. Do you have a deeper voice, Philip?
Do I have a deeper voice? Yeah, I have a deeper voice.
Well, I like to think I have a sultry voice because...
Well, all I can tell you with Capitol Records is that we got signed, and this will be in our documentary, the whole story, but we got signed one day and we were like, oh my God, we're going to make it big. The next day, we got shelved. and we had nothing to do
Well,
with
not
it. It was
next
all,
day, the next week.
yeah,
Yeah.
felt like the next day, and it was political.
It was a political issue.
And
It was something that...
Of course,
It was a
artists,
political problem they had with one of the guys that was involved in the executive production of some of our album. He got into trouble and they couldn't work with him, and I can't go any farther than that.
but
It wasn't us, it was them. But it doesn't matter. We went into filmmaking. We did really well in filmmaking. Now we're back doing music, and we're going to be making films and music. So it's all meant to be.
I think the thing is, as an artist, you take
I am
it
a
personal.
sorcerer.
You know, you take it personal.
I am a
so-
sorcerer.
There was already a black boombox. Of course there is. God damn it.
Is there?
Yeah. I said we should go with a black boombox for our new album because it's darker music.
Yeah.
No, what's that say there?
I think we're frozen now.
Don't know. How do you find that out?
I'm not sure. I think we're frozen here, the timeline. There you
It's
go.
moved there. Well, we should probably get close to wrapping up. It's coming on the hour, and we don't want to take everybody's time.
Yeah. So a few more questions. I really love She Loves Me Not a Lot. I love the sped up vocals in it. The tagline is really cool. It's a Poly 6 Korg keyboard used in, that was a key. I used a Mirage and Sonic of Fairlight, an Emu, and a Korg Poly 6 and a bunch of old Rolands.
What's that?
So we wrap up some of the ending questions. We really appreciate everything.
Well,
that
thank you.
you're
We'd
putting
love
out.
to be in the Hall of Fame.
And so please, if you could, stream the fuck out of our new album, because that will give us the incentive and help to do the third album. As you know, Spotify doesn't pay that incredible, so the more streams we get, the more finance to help make the third album works. If you want to buy Animal and Me, which comes with the book here, which is down here somewhere. The book. This is the book. So it's about 78 pages of pictures, stories, and lyrics for all three albums. And give you an idea.
I love Shiver too. Thank you. I just
And-
love that song. Until the End of Time is a really catchy song.
So this book comes with a new CD if you want to get it. We have a few left. There's only 45 left. And
We'll hand autograph the book and
if
the
you
CD.
order it, we'll autograph the book as well as the CD. So go to spooktv.com, SPOOKED TV.com.
You can spell.
Spookedtv.com and get the book and CD now and help us finance the third album.
Yeah, we're hoping we can find the
And also the-
music video for My Sweetheart.
And the first album, we have a few left that we'll autograph for you right now. These are $20 right now. And this is the first one. And then we have the second album that's available right now. And once they run out, we won't be printing them.
As soon as they
again.
arrive, which should be next week, we'll ship
And of course, if you need a t-shirt, we have a few left of the t-shirts. Medium, large, XL, and 2XLs. We have a few left of each one. So let's wrap this up.
Hotline commercial. Oh, I use that in 92. I use that hot. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. That's
Again, they passed our music around like a bicycle, you know, and we never really got paid.
Well,
for
Insomnia
something.
Band. That's cool. We'd love to do that.
Could you play a song unplugged before you?
We'll do a special session.
We'll
for
do
that.
an acoustic version at another time.
You're welcome on the T-shirt. Okay.
Yes, I used a Prophet 5. I actually have not a replacement, but I got a Take 5, which has got some of those SEM filters in there, not as much as the 𝗗𝗲𝗀𝗃, but I got a lot of profit from
Yeah, the feed was
sounds.
frozen there, Andrew. The feed was frozen.
Yeah, we have signposts available.
Gladiator. We just saw Gladiator 2. That's one of our
If you
favorite movies.
write customer service on the website, 𝗬𝗃TV.com, you can ask for an autographed poster.
Bye, guys. Says bye.
Bye-bye. I saw the facts. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't have a chance to really focus on that yet. No, it doesn't share. It's a different synth. I don't know if it's in any other movies. Excuse me.
I don't know if the word SHIT is in Just One Touch. Not that I know of.
I don't think it is.
I don't think the word is in there.
I
read that earlier.
I can tell you, Phil.
I can't.
I can tell. Here it is.
Where does it say that?
I don't think.
Where does it say that in Animal and Me?
I might be wrong, but I don't believe it is in the song.
I'll have to listen to it now. Yeah, the feed is frozen again.
I didn't know when you walked in my life.
Yeah, the feed is frozen again.
No, it's not in there. Anyway, we'll say my voice is getting a little hoarse. It's been a long weekend. We're going to.
God bless you too,
So
Daniel.
to leave it off, please stream our new album. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, Pandora, YouTube Music, and iHeartRadio, and many others. Please stream it as much as possible. If you want a CD, we have it with the book. We will sign the book as well if you order it today. Autograph it. And if we get enough streams on the second album, it gives us the inspiration to release the third album.
Happy birthday.
And the third album will come
We
out.
love you too.
And then we do plan on putting a documentary out about the life of what we went through, the lost media, hopefully with some help from some other people that know lost media a little bit better than us. But we will be doing our part of what happened to us, the recording of ulterior motives, the story of our bands, pictures, unseen video footage, unseen song, and us playing live and all kinds of fun stuff. And with that said, thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
I hope you enjoy the new album, Animal and Me, now streaming everywhere. And thank you so much for your great support. We love you. And
Thank you so much, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I don't know how to turn this off. There we go. We're still live in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.